It was that kind of night for the Lakers, cold from deep, inconsistent offensively, and far from their sharpest form. Yet somehow they kept doing what only resilient teams can. They found a way to win, despite owning the lowest three-point attempt rate in the entire NBA and shooting a miserable 26.3% from beyond the arc. Los Angeles secured its fourth consecutive victory, slipping past the Utah Jazz 108-106 inside a loud and restless Delta Center on Sunday night. This wasn't an artistic masterpiece, it was a grind. The Lakers entered the fourth quarter with an 11-point lead and just over 3.5 minutes to go. But that cushion evaporated quickly as Utah, desperate to protect home court, surged behind Lauri Markkanen's late-game heroics. His deep three with 41.3 seconds left cut the lead to just one, forcing the Lakers into a high-pressure finish that tested their composure. And once again, Luka Doncic answered. He closed the night with 33 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists, just shy of another signature triple-double. Though he hit only 3 of his 12 attempts from long distance, Doncic's impact was undeniable. His late free throw set the stage for the Lakers' final defensive stand, the possession that ultimately sealed the victory. Keontae George, one of Utah's brightest young guards, ended up taking the last shot, a deep, contested three with Doncic's hand smothering his vision. The ball sailed off target and the Lakers escaped. On the other side, Austin Reaves quietly produced a 22-point, 10-rebound double-double, even on a night where his three-point shooting betrayed him. He shot just 1 for 8 from beyond the arc, but made up for it with physical drives, timely rebounds, and steady playmaking. After the game, Doncic didn't shy away from acknowledging the imperfections. "We didn't play our best game, and we still found a way to win." That's what great teams do, and the numbers back him up. Despite their struggles from deep, the Lakers lead the NBA in overall field goal percentage, 50.9%. They are historically efficient inside the arc, shooting 62.2% on two-pointers, a number no other team even comes close to touching. Their effective field goal percentage remains among the league's best, ranking 4th at 57.2%. All of this while being one of the 5 worst three-point shooting teams in the league. The offensive identity of this team is clear: precision inside, defense when it matters, and just enough shot making to survive rough nights like this one. But the most meaningful stat isn't shooting related at all. It's their record. They now hold the second best mark in the Western Conference. With a grin, Doncic addressed the slump with humor. "Obviously, me and AR haven't hit a shot all season," he said sarcastically, "so I'm not worried. Once we start making shots, it's gonna be really tough to guard us." Head coach JJ Redick echoed that confidence. He highlighted the team's resilience, unity, and ability to adjust even when the offense sputters. Outside of 2 blowout losses, one to Atlanta and another to Oklahoma City, this Lakers team has consistently played winning basketball by relying on versatility, structure, and effort. And against Utah, they needed a defensive spark. That spark came from Maxi Kleber. After DeAndre Ayton left the game with a right knee contusion, the Jazz immediately seized momentum in the third quarter, ripping off a 17-6 run and taking a 72-68 lead with just under 7 minutes remaining. Kleber, who had not played a single second in the first half, entered the game and shifted the entire tone of the Lakers defense. His stat line won't jump off the page, 2 points and 3 rebounds, but his energy did. He battled for position, cut off drives, walled off the paint, and anchored possessions that prevented the Jazz from blowing the game open. In the minutes Kleber played during the third quarter, the Lakers outscored Utah 16-9. Austin Reaves praised him emphatically afterward. "He was one of the best players on the floor for us tonight. His energy, his effort, the plays he made, everything helped us win." Redick didn't yet have a medical update on Ayton, who played only 13 minutes before exiting. If Ayton misses time, the Lakers will need to lean on Jackson Hayes, Kleber, or possibly reintegrate Jared Vanderbilt, who has been out of the rotation since LeBron James returned. Speaking of LeBron, playing in just his second game of the season after dealing with sciatica, he contributed 17 points and 8 assists. He admitted it felt a bit like another season opener, especially after the rare 4-day break the Lakers had before this game. Doncic explained that the break helped physically but disrupted the team's rhythm. Still, he acknowledged the importance of what the team gained during that downtime. There were practices, meetings, and strategy sessions, but also team-building activities, including a visit from Snoop Dogg and a full squad pickleball tournament. Doncic, paired with player development coach Ty Abbott, couldn't help but smile when recounting how he dominated a semi semifinal matchup against Coach JJ Redick. But the real takeaway wasn't competition, it was chemistry. The Lakers like being around each other. They enjoy the work, they trust the system, and trust one another. That kind of connection matters in an 82-game season, and for Doncic, that bond isn't a surprise. It's obviously nice, but it's not something that shocks me, he said. I love playing with these guys. That's what it's all about. On a night when the shots weren't falling, the Lakers leaned on everything that has defined them early in the season. Toughness, execution, timely defense, and collective belief. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't smooth, but it was enough. And in the NBA, especially on the road, sometimes enough is all you need. That collective belief extends beyond just the players who've been together since training camp. One of the newest additions to the locker room has brought something unique. A decade's worth of experience trying to stop LeBron James, now channeled into helping him win. Los Angeles Lakers guard Marcus Smart is offering a rare, honest look into his new partnership with LeBron, a player who was once one of his fiercest and most familiar rivals. For nearly a decade, Smart battled James in some of the NBA's most intense playoff environments, and now, for the first time in his career, he's sharing the court with him as a teammate. Their history runs deep. Back in Smart's Boston Celtics years, LeBron, then leading the Cleveland Cavaliers, repeatedly dismantled Boston's postseason hopes. Those series produced some of the most physical, emotionally charged matchups of the era, and right in the middle of those battles was Marcus Smart, the one Celtics player never afraid to step directly in front of James, no matter the size difference or the moment. Smart, known for his physicality, toughness, and flair for dramatics, consistently took on the challenge of guarding James despite being undersized by 6 inches and outweighed by roughly 30 pounds. His reputation as one of the league's most intense competitors earned him the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year award, a testament to his impact even without elite offensive numbers. Now, years later, Smart finds himself wearing the same jersey as the superstar. And for many fans, seeing these two former rivals share the locker room is nothing short of surreal. What's even more interesting is that their transition from rivals to teammates has been seamless, even surprisingly warm. Instead of any lingering tension from their postseason clashes, Smart has openly praised James's basketball intellect, calling him one of the smartest players the game has ever seen. We hear it all the time, and everybody knows his IQ when it comes to this game is on another level, Smart told Kobe Price of the Southern California News Group. Smart said he prides himself on his own basketball intelligence, but stepping onto the court with James has given him a new perspective. To be able to learn and pick his brain and be on the court with him and reading him on the court, it definitely feels different, Smart said. It feels good, actually, to play with another guy who can think the game just as quickly as I can and understands it even more than I do. For a player who spent years studying James as an opponent, analyzing how he moved, how he attacked, how he manipulated defenses, the opportunity to finally work with him instead of against him is something Smart doesn't take lightly. It's great to have him out there, Smart added. And I think we all benefit from him being out there. It's not every day that a player who once tried to slow down LeBron on the biggest stages now gets a front row seat to his leadership on a daily basis. And according to Smart, the experience has been both energizing and humbling. LeBron, for his part, has expressed the same level of respect. During Lakers Media Day, he spoke highly of Smart's addition, noting how familiar he is with Smart's intensity and competitiveness. And obviously we know the matchups that I had with Marcus over the years, James said, especially when we were in the Eastern Conference, him in Boston, me in Cleveland, and just all those matchups that we had. James emphasized what makes Smart unique, his selfless approach and his relentless drive to win. Happy to have him, James said. I know what he brings to the game. I know that team is first, second, third, fourth, fifth when it comes to Marcus Smart. Moving forward, Smart is expected to play a crucial role in maintaining the Lakers' defensive identity. His ability to guard bigger, stronger wings and power guards will give James the opportunity to preserve energy throughout the season. With LeBron now 40 years old, having a teammate like Smart, someone willing to take on the physical assignments, is incredibly valuable. On the offensive end, both players share a rare instinct for reading the game several steps ahead. The Lakers believe that as their chemistry develops, they'll create natural scoring opportunities simply by anticipating each other's decisions. It's a partnership built on intelligence, experience, and mutual respect, the kind that can quietly become a major storyline as the season unfolds. For Smart, the transition marks a new phase in his career, one where he's no longer the young defender trying to stop the league's most dominant force, but a veteran looking to complement him. And for LeBron, it's another sign of how his game and his leadership continues to evolve. He now leads a locker room that includes players who once viewed him as the final boss of the NBA playoffs. Yet instead of intimidation, there's admiration. Two former adversaries, now aligned with one goal, pushing the Lakers deeper into contention. And as the Lakers look to strengthen their roster even further, the front office is keeping a close eye on another player who knows exactly what it takes to win a championship. Someone who could add even more versatility to an already dangerous lineup. The Los Angeles Lakers are once again positioning themselves at the center of another major trade conversation as the February 5th deadline draws closer. Their focus remains firmly on a player who has hovered around their radar for months, former All-Star forward Andrew Wiggins. According to Jake Fisher of Bleacher Report, the Lakers continue to monitor Wiggins closely, keeping constant tabs on any indication that the Miami Heat may be open to moving him. Wiggins arrived in Miami last season as part of the headline-grabbing deal that sent Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors, a move that reshaped the landscape for both franchises. Now, with a full offseason and a fresh role with the Heat, Wiggins has put together a solid stretch to begin the year. Through 15 healthy appearances, he's averaging 16.7 points on 48% shooting, including a steady 36.5% from deep. His production extends beyond scoring, nearly 5 rebounds per night, almost 3 assists, more than a steal, and close to a block. These numbers reflect a complete, balanced contribution, the type of reliable two-way impact the Lakers have lacked on the wing for several seasons. Despite his strong start, Wiggins hasn't quite returned to the elite level he showcased during the Warriors' 2021-22 championship run. That season, he transformed from a talented scorer into a defensive anchor and high-impact playoff performer. He was the Warriors' second most valuable player, taking on the toughest defensive assignments, particularly in the finals, where his physical defense against Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum helped swing the series. The Lakers haven't forgotten that version of Wiggins, and it's part of what keeps their interest alive. They see the potential for him to rediscover that form in a system where he wouldn't need to carry the offense, but simply complement LeBron, Luka Doncic, and Austin Reeves. One major challenge for Los Angeles is creating a viable trade package. Fisher points out that the Lakers could build the necessary outgoing salary by combining Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent. This pairing has been viewed as the most logical path in any midseason deal due to their contracts and the roles they currently occupy. But the Lakers are approaching this deadline with patience. With the team sitting comfortably above 500 and LeBron recently returning from early season absences, the front office, now led on the court by head coach JJ Redick, wants to ensure it fully understands the roster's ceiling before committing major assets. Rui Hachimura's situation adds another layer to the decision-making process. While he remains one of the team's most productive players, his natural position overlaps directly with LeBron's. Hachimura excels at the power forward spot, and he showcased that clearly during the opening stretch of the season, when LeBron missed the first 14 games. During that period, Hachimura looked decisive, efficient, and assertive, the version the Lakers envisioned when they acquired him from the Washington Wizards in the heavily one-sided trade involving Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks. But once LeBron returned, Hachimura's fit grew more complicated. He often finds himself adjusting his role, spacing the floor rather than attacking matchups, and spending more time off the ball than he typically prefers. Wiggins, by contrast, offers a cleaner positional fit next to LeBron. As a natural wing defender capable of guarding 1 through 4, he gives the Lakers flexibility on both ends of the floor without forcing major lineup compromises. Long-term uncertainty also plays a significant role. LeBron could enter restricted free agency next season, and the inability of his representatives and the Lakers front office to reach an extension last summer suggests that financial negotiations may be more complex than usual. Even if LeBron ultimately wants to remain in Los Angeles, the team may be hesitant to offer the full max contract he is expected to seek, especially given the need to build a supporting cast around Luka Doncic, Reeves, and DeAndre Ayton. For that reason, Hachimura, still in his mid-20s, still developing, still aligning with the younger core's timeline, carries long-term value that Wiggins at this stage of his career may not fully match. The Lakers must weigh immediate improvements against future roster construction, a balance that has shaped every major decision since the team began transitioning from the Anthony Davis era. Gabe Vincent factors into this equation as well. While he brings determined perimeter defense and veteran professionalism, his offensive struggles since signing a 3-year deal in 2023 have limited his impact. His shooting inconsistencies and frequent stretches of offensive invisibility have made him more of a specialist than a foundational rotation piece, making him a logical inclusion in potential trade talks. The pursuit of Wiggins, however, is not driven solely by internal roster fit. The Lakers also have one eye firmly fixed on the broader Western Conference landscape. According to Fisher, everything ultimately comes down to one team, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Despite strong showings from Denver, Houston, and even the Lakers themselves, the Thunder remain the benchmark. Their depth, athleticism, and overwhelming collection of long, versatile wings have become the standard to match, and they've already proven capable of controlling the tempo, pace, and physicality of most opponents. Because of that, the Lakers recognize that adding a player like Wiggins isn't simply about improving their own lineup, it's about preparing for the matchups that are likely to determine playoff success. It's about matching length with length, speed with speed, and versatility with versatility. It's about having multiple options to throw at players like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, and the Thunder's deep rotation of elite two-way wings. In that sense, the search for a player like Wiggins becomes less of a luxury and more of a necessity, the kind of calculated, strategic adjustment that championship contending teams are expected to make. As the deadline approaches, the Lakers aren't rushing, but they're watching, they're evaluating, they're keeping every option open, and if Miami signals the slightest willingness to move Wiggins, Los Angeles will be ready to make its move.